This morning's topic is going to be mind blowing and it is going to be impactful. And I sincerely want everybody to participate in it. Everybody must participate. Remember, real estate industry does not always reward the most talented. It rewards the most prepared, the most consistent, and the one who continually improves. And this actually defines every one of us this morning because we are always showing off, we are always getting ourselves ahead of the competition, we are always getting ourselves prepared. That is why we are going to get our reward. What you'll be listening to this morning might be the only thing you need to close that deal. As a matter of fact, so you cannot afford to joke with any learning opportunity that comes your way. You cannot afford to joke with it. As modern realtors, I hope you know that our responsibility goes beyond selling properties. You are a solution provider. Until you see yourself as that, you are bound to struggle. That is why some of you are struggling, right? You even learn, you make out time to be available, but you don't implement, you don't put them into practice. You are a solution provider. You are a relationship builder. So your work goes beyond, collecting their money. You are also meant to build relationship. You are a relationship builder. I have solid relationship with my clients. This I can tell you confidently. So because I understand one thing, that my relationship with them is far beyond selling to them. I think that was what Oyin Damola was saying. Don't make your relationship with your clients transactional. It is very wrong. Modern realtors, they understand the game and they play it better, right? They understand the game and they play it better. Every conversation, every inspection, every follow up, and every closing is an opportunity to create value and leave a lasting impression. Modern realtors, they understand this and they play by it. Every opportunity you get to run inspection, to talk to them, to follow up with them, when you do it with an impression that, oh, I must leave a lasting value, I must leave a lasting impression, then you are bound to succeed as far as this industry is concerned. I want to encourage you this morning. Make sure you participate actively. Make sure you listen to everything I'm going to be telling you this morning because it will go a long way to help you. It will help you in your professional journey. Make sure you participate. Make sure you write things down. And more importantly, make sure you implement. You know, it doesn't do you good when you are present in a class like this, you know, from the start till the finish, and at the end of the day you are unable to implement nothing. It doesn't do you good. Modern realtors do not do that. I want you to be open-minded this morning because we have an amazing topic. You know, when the media department reached out to me and they gave me this topic, I was like, yeah, I love a topic like this because it addresses modern realtors. Before we came into real estate has been, a lot of people have been practicing real estate. A lot of companies, by the time you hear about a lot of companies, they will tell you that they've been in the game for 20 years, for 23 years. And one thing is always peculiar. They are always unable to meet up with the trends right now. They are always unable to meet up with the market trends, with what is happening in the industry right now. You know why? Because they don't want to improve, because they've forgotten that real estate is evolving. Every of your buyers, every prospect out there, every investor, that has the intention to invest in real estate, they now see real estate, differently. They perceive real estate differently. Gone are those days, like I do tell you, gone are those days that, the only thing you need to tell people is just to tell them that, oh, just buy land. Just buy land. It will appreciate. The game has improved. Real estate has gone beyond that. My fellow billionaires, Real estate has gone beyond that. And by the time they tell you that this particular company, this particular real estate company, they have been practicing, they have been in the industry for like 23 years. By the time you look at their structure, how they operate and all of that, you begin to ask yourself, is it true that they have been in existence for 20 years? Is it true that they've been in existence for 23 years? You don't need to stress yourself. One thing is very peculiar. You know, they are not ready to improve as real estate is evolving. They are not ready to, to stay ahead of the competition. They are not getting themselves prepared. Because let me tell you, in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, real estate will still change. The approach we are using now will improve. And so it is important that if you want to stay relevant as a salesperson, if you want to stay relevant as a consultant, you have to keep learning. It's a continuous process. Don't joke with learning. I'm repeating this morning. Don't joke with learning. If you want to stay relevant, don't joke with learning. I've seen it. I've seen companies, they are no more relevant just because they could not meet up anymore. Things are changing. So keep learning, keep getting better. Any available opportunity for you to learn, jump on it. So far, you have the opportunity, jump on it. But most importantly, make sure you implement. If you're already getting value this morning, please, we want to do this together this morning. Send your favorite emoji, send your favorite emoji, send your favorite emoji, send your favorite emoji. Just like I said, we have an amazing topic before us this morning. You know, Closing techniques for modern realtors. It addresses modern realtors, modern realtors only. That means people who are committed to continuous learning, people who are committed to continuous improvement, who can do things differently. Let me tell you, you see, as a modern realtor, your approach should be confident. Your approach should be consultative. Are you listening to me? And your approach should be professional. Your approach should be professional because at the end of the day, that is the only thing that sets you apart. Go and look at top performing realtors. You begin to ask yourself, what are they doing differently? These are people that, they are so structured. They are structured that they know what to say at every point in time, at every stage of, following up, reaching out to their clients, doing inspections. They are so structured that they know what to say at every point in time. That is the type of realtors we are addressing this morning. That is the type of realtors I'm talking to this morning. I am not talking to losers. I am talking to winners, right? The modern realtor, your approach should be confident. It should be consultative and it should be professional. Don't forget these three things I mentioned. Your approach should be what? Confident, it should be consultative, and it should be professional. I think someone added me to a call over the weekend, and they've been talking. That particular prospect wants to buy next apartment, and they've been talking and talking, and for they wanted to do 6 months payment plan, and that we have 10% for whoever that wants to do 6 months payment plan. I think they've been having a lot of back and forth because in the client's mind, that 10% interest is a way of milking their money. And as a professional salesperson, you just have to address it without them asking. You just have to address it. I mean, this is a client that is very concerned about the delivery, and you need to be able to bring them to a point whereby they understand that so far the developer, so far you as a salesperson, you are concerned about delivery. The prospects, they also have their own part to play. They have their own role to play. They need to understand the time value of money. Things are changing. We all know. If you are deeply rooted in this industry, you all know what inflation is doing to us. You all know. It is happening. It is real, guys. So you need to tell them that, see, what 1 million naira can buy now, it will not be able to buy it in the next 6 months. And if you want me to truly deliver, if you want us to deliver, you have to help us as well. Adding 10% interest is not a way, is not any way to milk you or to swindle you of your money. It's a way to also make sure that as far as we are protecting your interest, our own interest is being protected as well. Because at the end of the day, if we fail to deliver, you will come for us. So that 10%, nothing can actually be done about it. If you are going to do 6 months, you have to pay 10% interest so we can deliver. So it helps us too. And you know what? They just agreed on the spot that, oh, they didn't see it from this angle. They didn't know about this. So, as a modern realtor, you must know what to say at every point in time. You are so structured that you are never caught unawares because you know what to say at every point in time. That is what we are building. These are the type of salespersons that thrives. These are the type of realtors that thrives. Regardless of what real estate is throwing at them, they will always perform excellently. That is what we are building. Before I dive fully into the topic, let's what is even closing? Closing is a defining moment. It is a defining moment in every real estate transactions because this is the stage where interest is transformed into commitment. Everybody wants to experience this. Everybody, all modern realtors under the sound of my voice, there is a feeling that comes with you saying, oh, I just closed a deal. I just closed this. I just sold a unit. I just sold 2 units. I just sold 3 units. It comes with these nostalgia feelings, and you're like, you're on top of the world. Yes, everybody wants to have that feeling. And it is a defining moment in every real estate transaction because, it starts with interest. And the moment you are able to convert or transform that interest into commitment, then you have closed. And that prospect has already become a client. I hope we get it. It is a very, very defining moment in real estate transaction. But then we'll be talking about the techniques, structured closing, timing, commitment signals, confidence-based selling. We'll be talking about all of these things so that at every point when you meet a prospect, what you are supposed to do, what you are not supposed to do. We'll be talking about them very well this morning. Now, I'll be starting with why closing fails. We've talked about closing, a very defining moment in every real estate transactions where interest is being transformed into commitment and prospects, they become clients. That is closing. Now, why closing fails? We want to talk about why does closing fails? Why do you struggle at that very particular point? Some of you become frustrated because you've been talking to this particular prospect for weeks. You've been talking to them for months. And when it gets to that stage for you to close them, they start, ghosting you. You don't know what to do anymore and you become frustrated. Most lost sales are not, please listen to me. Most lost sales are not lost at the closing table. They are lost earlier. From number one, closing too early. Listen to me. Closing too early. Some of you, you don't know when to actually close. You close too early. You don't know that something has to come before you closing. You don't know that there are things you need to do before you close. And what are those things? Number one, you need to build trust. You need to establish trust. You need to establish value. And that is why we keep telling you, your online presence, you cannot joke with it. The industry we have now, how much real estate has grown, how much real estate has evolved, your online presence, you cannot joke with it because it's one of the ways to establish trust. It's one of the ways to establish yourself as a value provider, as a solution provider. It's one of the ways. As a matter of fact, it's one of the ways. I mean, a stranger is just coming. I can see that a lot of you guys, you are running ads online, which is a very, very good one. Is a very solid one. But strangers are coming into your DM. They are asking questions. Real estate is not be see people no longer make, decisions on the spot. They no longer make, because a lot of these people, they've gotten their fingers burnt. Someone just scammed them, so they are on the lookout. They want to see. They want to see. They want to see. Some of you, what you have on your page, the allocation videos you've posted, the videos you've made, those are the reasons why clients will keep coming to you. Take it or leave it. It's part of it. I'm speaking from experience. I've seen a lot of clients that, they will tell me that, oh, Mr. Efe, I've checked your page. I can see that you are passionate about this. I can see that you are this. I can see that you are that. It's part of it. Any modern realtor, you have to take your social media presence, you have to take it serious. There was a time I made the research and I realized that, larger percentage of real estate investors, they make decisions based on what they see online. Look at that. They make decisions based on what they see online. You have some of you, there are a lot of people that they've trusted you with their money, but you've never seen them. You don't even know where they hail from. You've never seen them. And you start telling yourself that, oh, how are they able to trust me with this? Number one thing, the first thing, because before you build a relationship with them, something must have happened. One of the first things they look out for is, what have you done before? Are you truly, are you deeply rooted in this industry? Are you trustworthy enough for me to trust you with my hard-earned money? Everybody under the sound of my voice, see, nobody likes debit alert. Nobody likes debit alert, oh, nobody. But if I'm going to give you my money, I am sure I want to get value in return. Modern realtors, real estate has evolved. Gone are those days that you can just use ordinary flyer to sell to people. Investors are now wiser. It is important for you to, improve your game, improve your skills, sharpen your skills. It's very, very important. Why closing fails? Closing too early, you are definitely bound to fail. When you fail to build trust, when you fail to establish yourself, when you fail to establish value, you just allocated a client, make a video, post it. Let them talk about you. Let them say, "Oh, I thank you, Legacy Parts, for bringing me to this amazing investment." Let them mention your name. It is a sure gateway to your next transaction in real estate. I am telling you passionately this morning that it works. On Shige, it works. Let them talk about you. Social proof is very important. Modern realtors do not joke with this. Real estate companies that knows what they are doing, they don't joke with this. Evidence, your antecedents, what you've been able to do is your surest way of establishing trust. So when you close too early, that closing, it has a higher percentage of actually falling through. So modern realtors, take note of this. Take note of this. Even though you are meeting a stranger, there are some structured, things that you need to say, you need to do to quickly establish yourself as an industry giant. To quickly, so many times I tell people, please check us out. Yeah, I confidently tell them, if you want to know, yes, anytime I'm on live show, I tell them, if you want to know more about us, if you want to know what we've been able to do before, what we are currently doing, our antecedents, please go to so website and check us out. Where do you think I do that? They don't ask for it. It's because I understand the game. It's because I know that investors that we have now, they actually want to see that, yes, I can trust them with my hard-earned money. And so this is applicable to everybody under the sound of my voice this morning. Now, that is number one, closing too early. Don't forget that we are talking about why closing fails. Number two, closing too late. Look at that. The first one is when you close too early. Number two, Closing too late. Closing too late. Closing when the momentum has already faded. Closing when the momentum has gone down. Closing when the urgency has already faded. Look at you. Modern realtors, what are you doing? And that is why I keep telling people, it is either you want to do real estate or you don't want to do it. Whoever that is passionate about real estate, whoever that is deeply rooted in real estate, a very intentional salesperson, there will always be difference. Take it or leave it. There will always be difference. You don't close when the momentum has gone down. You don't close when the urgency has faded. I cited myself as an example. It happened to me last year. When I used to have my phone, the phone that I used to run ad, I used to be the one to handle it. And you know how my movement can be. You know, I might have to go from one side to the other and all of that. And it happened to me personally that after getting so much leads, you know, I started reaching out to them 2 or 3 weeks later. And one of the leads was bold enough to just reply me that, sir, are you sure you are in this industry? What do you think prompted him to ask me that question? Because it was like, I messaged you 2 weeks ago, right? And you are just replying me now. You are just trying to convince me to come and buy your project. No, we don't do that. Do you know what happened? The momentum has faded. The momentum has gone down. The urgency has gone down. And sincerely speaking, I had to put myself in this position. And I understood. That if it were to be me, probably I would be thinking in that direction too. I messaged you and you are just replying me 2 weeks later. And now you are in my DM telling me to come and buy your project, to come and buy your product. Real estate is not beans, so it's not Gary, it's not bread, though, right? Even if you price bread today and the seller is just replying you 2 weeks later, what will you say? This bread is no more fresh now. The bread would have actually lost its value. What am I saying in essence is that modern realtors, they don't close late. You need to understand when exactly to close. That is the essence of the analysis I've been making. You don't close too late, because when you do that, you are bound to lose that deal. That closing is definitely going to fail. So you don't close when the momentum has faded. You don't close when the urgency has faded. You need to be proactive. You need to be intentional. That is the essence of what I'm telling you this morning. Why closing fails? Number one, closing too early. Number two, closing too late. Number three, reading a client's silence as disinterest instead of processing time. You just have to be structured. Modern realtors, under the sound of my voice this morning, you have to be structured. You need to know when to follow up. You need to know that when a client is silent, it could also mean that they are trying to process things. You need to know when to mount the pressure. You need to know when to leave them. I was in talks with one of our realtors last week, and I could remember that she discussed with me that she has a client that wants to buy next apartment, 2 units of 2 bedroom. I just thought to follow up because I've discussed with her, okay, tell them this, tell them that, and all of that. And she just said, sir, this client has actually stopped replying me. I've called her, she's no more picking, and I'm not ready to stress it anymore. I know that she's probably trying to consult her husband, or she's trying to. Please, Ayomide, can you mute your mic? Can you mute your mic? Thank you very much. She said, I know that she's probably trying to reach out to her friends, to consult her husband. I know that she's currently processing it. She will still come around. I love that. I love that. A modern realtor, you must know. You are able to know that, oh, they probably need little time. You don't want to poke on them. You don't want to disturb them too much. Else, they see your frequent disturbance as something else. And eventually, you are going to lose the deal. A modern realtor knows that When a client is silent, it could also mean that they are trying to process. So give them that little time to process. And by the time you are following up next, you know what to say. Modern realtors, closing techniques for modern realtors. Closing techniques for modern realtors. We are talking about why closing fails. Number one, when you close too early, it is bound to fail. When you close too late, it is bound to fail. Number three, reading a client's silence as disinterest instead of processing time. Number four, sounding uncertain, which transfers uncertainty to the buyer. This is where some of you lose deals, you lose transactions that could have gotten you millions of commission. You are not certain. You don't even know the product you are selling. I will keep saying this. You cannot effectively sell a product that you do not know. You need to know it like the lines on your palms. You need to familiarize yourself with all projects you are selling, that even without consulting any brochure, any book, you are able to talk about it. Come on, modern realtors, they do not struggle to talk about their products. They do not. You are not an agent that relies on briefs. I've encountered a lot of agents, and by the time you call someone, that someone will call someone, that someone will still call someone. And by the time you start seeing the chains, you might be seeing 5 to 10 people on a transaction. Oh, on a transaction, modern realtors, wake up. Wake up. You cannot do things the way agents are doing it. You call an agent, they don't have the full information about the property. They will tell you, let me call Lagbaja. And Lagbaja, where is that property located? They've not even been there. Where is it located? I don't know the place. So these are horrible experiences. I won't lie to you. Modern realtors, you don't do that. You don't do that. A product you do not understand, you cannot effectively sell. A product you are not certain about, you cannot effectively sell. I can tell you for a fact, it helps us. It helps us at Landnest. Any product either myself or Director Shola cannot buy, we don't bring it to the audience. That is where it starts from. So at times, you have to put yourself in the position of the prospect. If reverse is the case, can you also put your money in this project? Let us be sincere. Modern realtors, wake up. Wake up. Closing is not a single moment. It is the natural conclusion of a well-structured conversation. Listen to me. Closing is not a single moment. There are some things that you have done since you met the prospect. There are some words you've actually said to them. There are some things you've done. There are some conversations that has happened. So it's not a single moment. You don't just meet a stranger and the next thing they are asking you is send your account. No, it doesn't happen like that. It's not a single moment. It is the natural conclusion of a well-structured conversation. Look at that. I love this. Closing is not a single moment. It is the natural conclusion of a well-structured conversation. Emphasis on the well-structured conversation. A realtor who structures the conversation well often finds the client closes themselves. Look at that. Guys, this is working. And at the end of the day, this is the difference between top performing realtors and the ones that are struggling. When you structure your conversation, you understand this game, you structure yourself, you organize yourself. At the end of the day, these clients, they close themselves. I've seen scenarios whereby after having like 5 or 10 minutes with a potential buyer, they will just tell me that, oh, I think I have to call my friend into this. What do you think has happened? I think I have to call my friend. I should not be the only one to benefit from this. That means that they are beyond convinced that they even want to involve their friends And you know that the moment they call their friends will be banking on their recommendation. But where did it come from? It comes from you. It started from you. It started from you. I've been privileged to talk to a lot of, clients. I've been privileged. And by the time you listen to their story, you know that, oh, people have actually lost millions of naira trying to invest in real estate. Trying to invest in real estate. What does that tell you? Improve your skills, sharpen your skills, be a modern realtor. I know someone that frequently calls me Igbalode developer. And sincerely, I find it very, 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 very good. They'll say Igbalode developer. What do you think prompted him to be saying that? You have to keep getting better. You have to keep improving. Igbalode developer. That is what he calls me. Igbalode developer. Now I'm going to repeat this before I move to the next one. Right? Our time is just going so fast. Closing is not a single moment. Everybody, listen to this and let it resonate with you. Closing is not a single moment. It is the natural conclusion of a well-structured conversation. A realtor who structures the conversation well often finds the client closes themselves. It's as simple as that. Someone just asked, what is the meaning? I don't know what you are talking about, but I think I've spoken about this. Closing is not a single moment. It's not something that happens in a moment. At the end of the day, closing happens because a well-structured conversation has taken place. The moment you meet that prospect, the Yoruba word. Sorry. The moment you meet that prospect, some conversations, well-structured conversations, has taken place, right? Okay, it's the modern developer, Igbalode developer. Sorry, modern developer. Thank you for that. It has taken place, and that is why closing is happening. Because of our time, let's move to the next one. Now, structured closing. We have 5-stage framework. Maybe this is where I'll be stopping for today. Let's talk about structured closing now, which is very important. I need your attention. Even if you're on the move, make sure that you can listen to my voice. But if you are enjoying this class, I want you to send your favorite emoji. Let's do that quickly. Let's do that quickly. Let's do that quickly. If you are getting value and you are understanding what I'm saying, I mean, I am breaking it down to in such a way that you can understand it. Send your favorite. Do we only have 3 people in this class? Do we have 3 people in this class? I can only see 3 people sending their favorite emoji. We can do better. We can do better. We can do better. We can do better. Amazing. Amazing. We are doing very well. All right. As you are doing so, let me continue because of our time. Now, structured closing. The 5-stage framework. Everybody listen. The 5-stage framework. A modern realtor should treat closing as a sequence, not a single task. Look at that. Modern realtors. I'm talking to modern realtors now. Modern realtors should treat closing as a sequence, not a single task. You need to treat it as a sequence. A modern realtor knows that, after you've done this, the next thing to do is this. After they've done this, after you've achieved this, the next thing to do is this, and the next thing to do is this. It's a sequence, it's not a single task. Now, let's talk about stage one. Don't forget, I mentioned that we have 5-stage framework. Stage one, rapport and discovery. Rapport and discovery. This is where you establish trust before discussing property. You establish trust before discussing property. Number two, you ask open questions. What is driving this move? Why do you want to buy? Why are you looking at this location? The goal. The goal of this stage one, the goal of rapport and discovery is to uncover the client's real motivation, the emotional why, not just budget and bedrooms. The emotional why. Modern realtors, you don't joke with this. You need to know why. Why? Why do you want to buy? What is the emotion behind your why? You need to find out. You need to ask questions. You need to do this very, very well. You need to do it first. Rapport and discovery. You rapport with them, you speak with them, then you discover some things. The mistake some of you make is, immediately you introduce real estate to them. Oh, come and buy this, come and buy that, and all of that. It's a mistake. Modern realtors, step up your game. Step up your game. Even some of you get referrals, and although referrals are very, very good, because for you to have been referred, the person knows that he or she is meeting a real estate enthusiast. But then you still do your work, do your assignments, do your assignments. One of the things that you cannot joke with as a modern realtor is your ability to listen. Oh, this I don't joke with. I can allow my clients to talk for 20 minutes. I can allow them to talk for 20 minutes. That is why, in most cases, once I know that, oh, this client is actually a luxury client, I don't just want to have like 5 minutes call with them. I've seen a lot of clients that, they keep coming back because of the way I take my time to talk to them. I take my time to talk to them. Some of my people, they can bear this witness. Yes, I have them on my list. I just need to take my time. In fact, if I want to sell to them today, the only thing I need to do is just make sure that I have an uninterrupted 30 or 45 minutes. Just get on a call. I ask about their well-being. I show that I care. I force them to tell me, oh, this is what is going on with me, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, see, I have a project that you must be part of. They will drop money. You need to be able to connect with their emotions. You need to know, modern realtors, you need to be able to meet up with their emotions, connect with it. It is a gateway for you to, get the money out of their account. Connect with their emotions is very important. That is stage one. Don't forget, I mentioned that stage one is for rapport and discovery, where you establish trust before discussing property. If you don't want to me, I like talking about it so much. Okay, you can check me out on so place. You can do this because I know that to the best of my understanding, I've structured all these things that you only need 2, 3, 5 minutes to know that yes, I am truly and seriously rooted in real estate. I am a salesperson. When I tell you to buy this, you have to listen to me. I am a consultant. I am a consultant. So everybody under the side of my voice this morning, you cannot afford to joke with your social media presence. You ask open questions, and the goal is pretty simple: to uncover the client's real motivation, the emotional why, not just budget and bedrooms. Okay, I think I have like 10 minutes to go. Now, stage two, needs-based presentation. Needs-based presentation. It's a sequence. Now, after you are done with reporting with them and discovering them, now you only, number one, present only properties or solutions tied to what was uncovered in stage one. Look at that. I hope you are taking notes. Present only properties, solutions tied to what was uncovered in stage one. Now it is at the stage of rapport and discovery. You can rapport with them in such a way that you get to know where they are working, you get to know what they are currently earning, and all of these things, all of these informations helps you to know the property to present to them. Modern realtors, when you meet, HNIs, yeah, their purses are not the same too. Even those who you think that they are earning so well, before meeting you, they might have commitments that is taking larger chunk of their money. You must be able to stylishly discover all of this, because at the end of the day, it helps you to know the property to present to them. Is in two ways. You don't want to present a property of 1 million naira to someone who can actually afford to buy a property of 20 million naira. And based on my experience, you see, anybody that can afford a property of 50 million naira, they will never listen to whoever that is presenting a property of 2 million naira to them, they will never take you serious. No matter how good the property can be, they will never take you serious. So it is your assignment. It is your assignment as a modern realtor to know these things. And on the other way around, someone that can only afford to buy a property of 1 million naira, you are presenting a property of 30 million naira to them. Trust me, they will block you. They will ghost you. So when I tell you that this structured closing is in sequence, I know what I'm saying. Because when you report and you are able to discover them, that is when you know the exact property you are supposed to present to them. Modern realtors, are we getting it? So present only properties and solutions tied to what was uncovered in stage one. Number two, frame features as outcomes. Frame features as outcomes. This gives your kids a yard, which you said mattered. You know, there are a lot of conversations you have with these people, and you truly know what they want. There are some people that, they will tell you that, oh, I have actually always been thinking about, having a house with a big compound, and I love greeneries so much. I want to have swimming pool, I want to have parking space. Let's now assume that you are trying to sell next residence to them, right? You are trying to sell next residence to them, and you know that for them to have all of these things that they want, they are telling you that I want a place that, my kids can move around the compound, they can play and all of that. Oh, if that is the case, why don't you buy 1,000 square meters of next residence? Even when they ask you, you are able to tie it with what was uncovered. You need to ask strategic questions. You need to ask why. Oh, if they are to go for any property, why do you want to go for next residence? Why would you like to secure some plots at next residence? Oh, I want this because, there are a lot of strategic questions you can ask, which will help you as a modern realtor. It will help you. Someone that has told you that I love a big compound, I love greeneries, I want swimming pool, I want ample parking space, I want my kids to be able to move around. You are now recommending 300 square meters to them. You are recommending 300 square meters to them. Modern realtors, wake up. Sharpen your skills. Improve your skills. Don't forget we are talking about stage two. Stage one is rapport and discovery, where you establish trust before discussing property. You ask questions. And stage two is needs-based presentation. Present only properties and solutions tied to what was uncovered in stage one. Frame features as outcomes, right? Now, number three, trial closes. Trial closes. Number, the first stage here is small, low pressure questions that test buying temperature without asking for commitment. Listen, small, low pressure questions that test buying temperature without asking for commitment. Examples: how does this compare to what you have seen so far? Can you picture your furniture in this space? How does this estate compare to what you have seen so far? Probably when you take them to inspection, or you are showing them the how next apartment is going to look like. You ask questions. It is a low pressure question. You are not pressuring them when you ask questions like that. They are diagnostic, not final, right? They will tell you whether to keep building value or move to stage four. All these stages are very, very important. They happen in sequence. Stage four, because of our time, I should be rounding up in 5 or 6 minutes time. Number four, stage four, addressing objections. Addressing objections. Some of you, you shy away from this. You run away from this. You avoid this. Treat objections as requests for more information, not rejection. Listen, treat objections as requests for more information, not rejection. Use the acknowledge, clarify, respond, confirm loop. Acknowledge. You know, I've been privileged to talk to a lot of, clients. Yeah, yeah, they are now clients now. They will tell you, do you know this company? Mention their name. They will mention their name. I will tell them, oh, I don't know this. I know them, because when you are talking to your clients, prospects, potential buyers, you also have to be careful. You don't want to drag other brands just to make sure that you are able to make sales. Trust me, it will eventually come back to haunt you. So just do your own thing. Face your own, you as a salesperson, face your own problem. Face your own. Don't drag another company or another sales representative into whatever deal you want to close. Oh, Mr. Ife, do you know this company? I say, oh, I'm not sure I've heard about them, but please, can you tell me your concern? Oh, Kiniko, they told me that the land is 3 minutes from the main railway, from the Monia train station. The land is 3 minutes, and I bought it because I was thinking that I can actually start building my 10-bedroom duplex there. So I bought it. I bought 2 acres and all of that. Now, the day I came for inspection, I noticed that the land is very, very inside a bush and all of that. Acknowledge first. You need to acknowledge, because the truth is, it is actually happening. I think I've told you guys that there was a time, our very first project, I think we were selling 1,000 square meters for 1 million naira then. Now, this woman bought 4,000 square meters. She bought 4,000 square meters for 4 million naira. 4,000 square meters, so that's 1 acre, more than 1 acre. And this woman just called me and she said, oh, Mr. Ife, thank you for bringing this opportunity and all of that. I was not even a realtor to say, but she just called me. I didn't know how she got my number. Thank you for bringing this opportunity to us and all of that. I would like to tell you that I bought 1 acre on 1,000 square meters. I want to build bungalow on another 1,000 square meters. I want to build duplex. I said, Madam, on a 4 million naira land, you bought 1 acre for 4 million naira. You want your realtor did not tell you that this land is meant for land banking. So it happens. I will not lie to you. Clients' expectations are always high, and that is why we encourage realtors. Know what you are telling your prospects. That is what sets you apart. Trust me, a lot of people, they've made buying decisions just because they were privy to wrong information. And that thing scares them. They want to make the next buying decision, and by default, they are thinking you are the same realtor that deceived them. Modern realtors, wake up. That is why we tell you that at Landnest, every project has a purpose. Every project has a purpose. Every project has a why. If a project is land banking, we will tell you it is land banking. So these things are happening. If they raise a concern, acknowledge first. When your potential buyers, they raise a concern or they tell you the sad or bad experience they've had, acknowledge, but see it as an opportunity to clarify who you are. See it as an opportunity to give clarification. See it as an opportunity to establish yourself. I'll be talking about the last stage, then we close it for the day. Next week, we'll come back. Respond, provide facts. Provide facts. Reframe it is very important. Give them facts and confirm. Confirm. After you've acknowledged, you've clarified, you've responded, make sure you confirm from them. Oh, does that resolve it? Have I been able to address your concern? These are questions that you need to start asking frequently. When they raise a concern and you are able to firstly acknowledge, you've given clarification, ask them, have I been able to address your concern? They will tell you, yes, you've addressed it. Then you can move to the next stage. If you've not addressed it, you might want to shed more light on it. Modern realtors, are you learning something this morning? Now, the stage 5, which is the final stage, the close. This is where the close is happening. I'll be mentioning the stages again. Stage 1, report and discovery. Stage 2, needs-based presentation. Stage 3, trial closes. Stage 4, addressing objections. And stage 5, the close. Ask directly and calmly. No apologizing. No over explaining for the ask. Ask directly. Ask directly. It is very important that you ask them. Oh, okay, you've clarified, you've acknowledged, you've responded, and you've confirmed. Hello, ma'am. Do you want to move to securing this property with your initial deposit and all of that? It's just the right time to ask because you've actually passed through all the stages. You've established trust, you've created rapport, you've discovered them, right? You've presented the properties based on their needs, based on their capacity. You've presented it to them. You've asked small, low pressure questions just to know, and you've addressed their objections. In fact, as a modern realtor, it's always important at times that you are able to ask, do you have any objections? Ask them, do you have any questions? See, ask, do you have clarifications you would like me to shed more light on? It establishes you. My bad, some of you jump too much. It establishes you before collecting their money. Ask questions. Tell them, madam, before you move to making your initial deposit, is there anything you want me to clarify? Is there any question you intend to ask me? Trust me, is one of the surest way of cementing yourself in their hearts. Because you know what that does to you? It tells them, it passes the information that you truly care. It tells them that you are not after their money. But you and I know that you are truly after the money. But it's one of the strategic ways to get money out of their bank accounts. You and I know that we are after their money. But when you ask questions like this, when you show that you care, it tells them that, Kote, I can't power me, but you are after the money. Do it in a professional way. At the end of the day, these are the things that separate modern realtors from struggling realtors. Ask questions. Now, after you've passed all the stages, you can now ask directly and calmly. Hello, sir. Would you like to move to making initial deposit for this property? Kilo to wa sheku, kilo sheku. Unless if they do not have the money, you cannot pass through all these stages and they will not pay, right? Use one of the closing techniques. Don't worry, we will still learn more. We still have more to learn. Now, go silent after asking. Let the client respond first. This is very, very important. A lot of scenarios can play out. You can ask a client, hello, ma'am, would you like to go ahead with your initial deposit? Now, you've passed through all the stages, you've gone on inspection, you've addressed all objections, you've done everything you need to do. And all of a sudden, you are not getting a response. Some of you, after 5 minutes, you're already sending question mark. You're already giving them a feeling that you are desperate. Leave them. Go silent. Modern realtors, they know it's a game. Go silent. Let them respond first. Especially some of you that you are dealing, most of your clients are base, they are in diaspora. You need to understand the time difference too. You need to be patient. You need to be strategic. Let them respond first. Give them time. Go silent after asking. It will always do you good as a modern realtor, right? Ladies and gentlemen, the next time we'll be meeting, which is next week, we'll be talking about timing, knowing when to close. Wow, this is very, very important. I'm sorry we cannot talk about it this morning.